This is the Chery Omoda, a Chinese vehicle that I got as a hire car when I came into Tasmania, Australia. And I was really surprised when I saw this car. I thought when I first saw it, I thought this has to be a Lexus, just from looking from the distance at the pictures. But it's actually a Chinese vehicle that starts at $29,000. Now, I haven't seen these in the United States, but if these things come to the United States at $29,000, which in US dollars is probably around $20,000, it's going to absolutely disrupt the car market in the US. It's going to, you can forget about Kia and Hyundai. This has everything. It has assisted cruise control. It has rain sensors. It has every feature, wireless charging, all the features that you would expect on a luxury car or have to get as extras. It has fold-in mirrors. When you walk away from the car or lock the car, the mirrors fold in. When you approach the car, the mirrors fold back out. It's very spacious, and that's hard for me to say because, you know, I have not honestly been a huge fan of Chinese cars that I have seen. For example, Great Wall vehicles, but this is absolutely amazing for the price that it is. Chery Omoda 5 230 turbo, and there's a GT version of this as well. But as I said, there is a base model of this, and it starts at $29,000. Of course, that would include taxes, not on-road taxes, but that would be probably included with the price, including sales taxes. They include sales tax in Australia, unlike the United States, in the pricing. It's got a lot of space in the boot or trunk of the car. Huge amount of space. 3 seats in the back. You know, for almost what is, I guess, a mini sports SUV, it's pretty darn amazing. Alloy wheels, plenty of room in the back of the vehicle. Easily could seat a family of 5, which is more than enough these days, considering people don't have big families. Yep, it's completely, well, that's never, plastic there's never been broken. So you put your car seat in, cup holders. I mean, this does, I'll be honest, this feels very, very cheap. But I mean, honestly, you cannot complain for this price. USB port. So that seat feels a bit, I will be honest, that seat feels, look at that, see that? This does feel very flimsy. Take the seat down and have a bit of a look. It's very light. That's probably one of the lightest seats that I've ever lifted. That's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously, that doesn't really matter, that back piece there. But yeah, there's definitely a flimsiness to it once you get to the back seats, because I'm just really surprised how that just bends. That just flicks and bends. Let's try the front seats. I didn't even test those. Now, see, the front seats are way more solid. Yeah, which you'd of course expect. But the seats, you know, they're really decent seats too. For what it is. You know, wireless charging there. I don't know what that is with the key. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that exactly. That's the home button for the Android Auto, or to at least bring the computer menu back to the home where you can choose Android Auto. I've got my gold panned here. I'm going to do a bit of gold panning. Gold pan's made in Taiwan. Anyway, yeah, the radar's up here. The radar has got a USB port up here too. It's a pretty good idea actually putting a standard USB port there, because then of course if you have a third-party a camera that you record in the road with, you can just plug it in right there without running cables anywhere else. That's pretty good. Mirror, I don't know. The mirror is just a standard mirror. It's not an LCD screen or anything like that. Yeah, so I've been driving it for like nearly half a week now, and yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I drive a Porsche Taycan most of the time, and so I've got pretty high standards when it comes to vehicle driving power and comfort. So I considering that, and the fact that you could buy probably 5 or 6 of these for the price of a Porsche Taycan, it's not bad. It's not a bad car. Starting the car up, it's pretty, it's got all the digital dashboard that you expect and the Android Auto. It has a camera here that I believe it's checking to make sure your eyes are not coming away from looking at the where you're driving, because a few times when I've looked away, it's come up and said that you were distracted. This is the 1.5 litre turbocharged engine. Doesn't look much different than looking at any other internal combustion vehicle, obviously. This vehicle's got 11,000 kilometers on it, so it hasn't really had the engine completely worn in, I'd say, but it, tell you what, it sticks to the road. It's got, there's nothing cheap feeling about it, and that's the big shock to me. There's nothing cheap about it. Another feature that the car has also is automatic dimming lights, or dipping lights, I guess you would say. I would say dip the lights in Australia, I guess, or dim the lights. But the headlights do dip or dim automatically, so you can actually see another car coming, dim the lights. I mean, obviously that is a feature that is on other cars, but I mean, these appear to be standard features on this car, which, if you just add all the features that other cars are charging you extra for, and you make it standard, it's going to make it very hard for people to sell a unique vehicle. I assume these are standard because, I mean, this is a hire car, so usually they just have the basic features on a hire car. Nothing extraordinary, but yeah. I mean, when I saw this vehicle, I wanted to do a negative review of it, I'll be honest, because that was my perception, was that Chinese cars are all junk, but this is far from it. Absolutely far from it. Personally, I think I would be very happy to buy one of these cars and actually to have one. If I could get one in the US, I'd probably get it. God, my wife would love one of these cars. I mean, she doesn't know anything about cars, but if I said, oh, here you go, here's a luxury car, she wouldn't know what it was. All she'd know is that it's got the features, it's comfortable, it drives, it does all the things that you expect in a luxury car. Hope you guys enjoyed that. So yeah, Chery Omoda. Really surprised. What faults I've seen in it? I mean, it runs really well. It's very economic. One of the things I did notice was some of the computer stuff, and I don't even know if this is a fault necessarily of the car, but a few times when I would connect Android Auto, the screen was a bit squashed and the touchscreen wouldn't work on the dashboard, but that could very well have been something to do with my phone, the way Android Auto connects. So don't really know whether to fault it, but seriously, for the price of this, it's if this is going to compete with Hyundai and Kia for their I guess SUVs and stuff, it's gonna kill Korean cars, I think, personally, and of course Western made cars like Chevy and Ford. There's no way they're gonna ever have a chance.